Hey, Kimmy, you okay to talk?
Hey, Danny. Oh, what's up? Yeah, no problem. Kinda unusual for you to be texting this late at night. Are you on the bus coming home or something?
Yeah, I had something urgent to convey to you, so I figured I shouldn't waste any time.
Something urgent? What's up?
A local guy contacted me earlier this morning. Apparently, my ex-wife was seen snooping around her house the other day.
Seriously? You mean Sandy? She was snooping around here? Why? Kinda weird.
I really don't know. It's been 5 years since we broke up. What the hell would she want now?
How did she even find out where we lived, for God's sake?
Yeah, well, we're all high school classmates. This is a pretty small community. She probably picked it somewhere along the way. Didn't you used to exchange line messages with Sandy way back when?
Yeah, about 4 years ago, I met her at a high school reunion. She approached me, wanting to exchange line IDs for old time's sake. She was really friendly and all, figured it wouldn't hurt. Actually, haven't heard from her since.
Right, but maybe we should be vigilant? I have no idea what her motives are. Not sure if she'll approach you directly or through a friend. I have no idea, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I'll have my brother come over and stay with us. He's doing remote work, so he's pretty flexible work-wise.
Yeah, good idea. He's a good dude. We just got to my stop. I'll talk to you later.
Alright, take care.
Hey, Kimmy! Been a while. Ever since that class reunion. Looks like you're living in a pretty nice house. Pretty nice setup since you married my ex-husband, Danny. You did pretty good for yourself. When he was with me, he couldn't make a cent, but now... My God, he really did all right for himself. When he was with me, he was practically penniless. Couldn't even afford to take me on an overnight trip to the beach.
Oh my God! I didn't think you would actually contact us.
Yeah? So what?
We had a heads up from various people that you were snooping around our house. I sort of shrugged it off, but just in case, I checked my security camera.
Security camera? Are you serious?
Yeah, I was out shopping. I'm sure you timed it that way. And what do you know? I see you snooping around and even peering into the window of our home like some burglar.
Bustin', huh? Oh well.
According to the camera footage, it seems you're snooping around once every 2 or 3 days. The neighbors were real suspicious. I really wish you would just stop.
Yeah, well, I'm kinda enjoying myself, to be honest.
What is it you want? I mean, it's been 5 years since you divorced Danny. And I haven't seen you since that reunion 4 years ago. What's up?
If I didn't want something, I wouldn't have contacted you.
Okay then. Come on. Say what you have to say and let's get this over with.
Hold your horses. You were always so impatient. But I suppose it makes no difference if you're shocked now or shocked later. You'll still be shocked. Okay, here goes. I gave birth to Danny's child.
Excuse me? Danny's child? Are we talking about my husband, Danny?
Yeah, can you believe it? He's 3 months already. A friend is taking care of him today. That's the reason I was snooping around, as you put it. It was only because I wanted to tell Danny the good news. But he never seems to be home, and I can't seem to catch him on his way back from the office.
Why are you telling me all this? What do you want me to do about it?
Pardon me? Not the reaction I was expecting, but anyhow. The normal thing to do is ask that you divorce Danny so he can be with his child, but... I'm not that mean-spirited, despite what you think of me.
Okay, what do you want?
What I'm trying to say is that I'm not demanding that you divorce him, but instead... I want you to pay me $3,000 a month child support.
Wait a sec. You want me to pay $3,000 a month in child support for a kid I have nothing to do with? And where did you come up with that amount? It seems a bit extreme.
But I'm being reasonable here. I'm not demanding you divorce Danny. I will endure the hardships of being a single mom just so you guys can maintain your happy marriage. Logical, don't you agree? You may think it's excessive, but considering the hardship of bringing up a child for years to come, It's a small price to pay. Besides, you're not working, right? You're a housewife. I'm sure divorce would spell disaster for you.
Actually, I am working.
Oh yeah, and also, I just happened to catch you in the act. A little incident where you brought a guy into the house when Danny was away.
A guy? What are you... Wait, are you talking about my brother?
Your brother? You have a brother?
After we heard that a suspicious woman was snooping around our house, my brother offered to come over for a few weeks. You know, as a bodyguard of sorts.
You sure know how to concoct a real whopper of a story. I can see right through it. Yeah, sure, big brother. A bodyguard. Please. Is that what you told your neighbors? So, with that said, I want $3,000 by the end of the week and on the first of every month going forward. Or else, I spill the beans about your sexual escapades with that guy. I know Danny makes in excess of $5,000 a month, so $3,000 is just a drop in the bucket for him. I'll send you my bank account info later, so I expect the first installment next week.
Hey, Danny. Got the latest. Got a line message from Sandy this afternoon.
Yikes. Are you serious? You didn't meet her face to face, did you?
No way. I want to avoid that as much as possible. She probably tried, but my brother's here, and he's keeping a close eye on any suspicious people snooping around. I'm so glad he's here.
Yeah, thank your brother for me. What a godsend.
You know what she thought? She thought my brother was my secret lover I was bringing into my home. Can you believe it?
You're not serious.
She apparently wants money from us.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I'll send you the whole line conversation. The gall of this woman. Seems like she really got her signals crossed somewhere along the line. And I kept the conversation simple and made sure I didn't give away any private details. But I just want you to know that I trust you completely. I know you didn't do anything wrong. So rest assured.
Thanks, I appreciate that. What the hell is this?
Yeah, I know. Pretty pathetic, right?
If the kid is 3 months old, that means I was meeting with Sandy about a year ago.
That's right. Just that alone throws cold water all over her little scheme. She probably sent that line message not knowing all the details, but...
I'm really sorry that this whole thing got blown out of proportion. I'll contact her folks and have them work it out with her.
You think that will end it all?
They apparently cut ties with her after we got divorced, but they said if she caused any trouble down the line, they said that I was welcome to call them for advice.
It's been 5 years, but I guess it would have hurt to try.
I'm sorry about all this, Kimmy. I hope you'll be a little more patient while I sort things out. I'll talk to my boss and see if I can get home. I can tell him it's an urgent family matter.
That would be great. Take care.
Hey, Kimmy, you there? I should be home in about 30 minutes.
There you are. Okay, I'll be here.
Oh, and I have a surprise guest with me.
A surprise guest. Now who could that be?
I got his advice about this little matter we have. And he offered to help, and he's with me right now. I'll introduce you to him when I get home.
All right, be careful coming home. Hey, Sandy. Can we talk?
Kimmy, I was just going to contact you. It's been a week since we last talked about that deposit. Did you get that done? I sent you the bank details right afterward. You got it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I tried depositing it today, but got an error. Could we meet in person, and then I can hand over the cash directly? What do you say?
Huh? What are you talking about? An error?
Yeah, not sure what the problem was. Tried it over and over. No dice. I can withdraw money, no problem. But when I try depositing, it just freezes up for some reason. I have the cash on me now. Why don't you hop on over here? And I'll hand it directly to you. How's that? I'll just hand it to you at the front door. You know where I live, right? It'll just take a minute.
Kind of a hassle, but yeah, okay. I'm on my way.
Sandy? You there? Would you stop hiding in our closet, for God's sake?
Why the hell is my father here? And even, Danny, what's he doing here? Hey, and where's my 3,000 bucks? You promised to hand it over.
Sorry, don't have it. Simply used as bait to lure you over here, and you fell for it.
Excuse me? Why?
Your whole story? We know all about what really happened.
Pardon me? What are you talking about? No what? Like I said from the very beginning, the kid is Danny's, and that's a fact.
You say your kid is 3 months old. That would mean Danny would have been with you a year or so ago. But that doesn't make sense because he was away on a business trip then. He wasn't in the country for like 2 years. And just so you're aware, I work remote, so I was with him overseas the whole time. We only returned 2 months ago. But Danny had to take care of the other business projects, so he wasn't able to come home with me.
What? Excuse me?
He's staying in the city at a monthly apartment hotel until they find someone to replace him. We decided that I should return ahead and get the new house ready. We still don't have furniture or any kitchen items. The house was only finished a month ago.
That's why I was never able to meet with Danny.
Looks like you're starting to see the picture. That kid you say is Danny's? Actually, he's your lover's baby, right?
No, that's not true. He's really...
Sorry, Sandy. It's all common knowledge now. We checked up on you. There's no denying it.
Are you serious? You checked up on me?
The reason why you tried to swindle us out of $3,000 a month was because after you divorced Danny, you immediately remarried. But soon after your husband caught you cheating on him, and he ended up divorcing you, that was about a month ago. You had to pay him a settlement on a monthly basis. Your intention was to use part of that $3,000 to pay your ex off and use the rest for living expenses. Today was supposed to be your first payday. Figured I dangled that $3,000 in front of you, you'd come running.
You set me up! How could you, you swindler?
I don't deserve that from a cheat like you.
A cheat, huh? Look who's talking. That gives me no other option but to spill my guts about your husband. If I'm going down, I'm going to drag you down with me. I have a photo of you sneaking a guy into the house. A photo does not lie. You asked for this. You should have never set me up like you did.
Are you talking about the guy you said I was having sexual escapades with?
Yeah, that's right. The short-haired, muscular guy. Just your type. I'm pretty sure I heard you call him Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. That's my brother.
Don't start that again. That's the silly excuse I've ever heard.
What can I say? He's my brother. How else can I explain it? You probably don't know him because he went to a private school out of state. He only came home occasionally. But since graduating, we have normal family ties. Danny knows as well. One look at that photo you have and it will clarify everything. Let's see the photo already.
Are you serious? He's your brother?
Yep, I can call and have him come over if you like. As for your kid, your folks said that they will raise them as their own.
Who told them they could do that? Besides, my child support payments. What happens to that?
I have no idea. Well, now that we know your little scheme has been shut down, would you please get the hell out of our closet?
No, I'm not coming out.
Kinda ingenious the way you broke the handle off so we can't pull it open from the outside. Suppose we're just going to have to come in another way. Oh yeah, that closet? It's not a walk-in type, it's a walk-through type. There's another door on the other side.
What? Another?
When I opened the closet door on the other side, she gave out a blood-curdling scream. She dropped to the floor crying her eyes out, begging for forgiveness as her father dragged her off. Once outside, there was a black van sitting outside. First, I thought it was one of those ambulances from the psychiatric ward. But turns out it was owned by a construction company run by her father's friend. They apparently found her a live-in job at a construction site somewhere up in Alaska. Once she heard she was headed up north to some off-the-grid installation, her face just dropped. I heard this place is like a prison. Some say it's the Siberian gulag of the US. Don't tell anyone, but I couldn't help but smile when I saw her face as she sat in the back of that van as it drove away. The total despair on her face was, how can I put this, memorable.
Hello, Liz. Can we talk? It's about my birthday party next week.
Oh, hello, Mother. Sure, no problem. So, we're doing another birthday party again this year?
Yes, of course we are. We do it every year. I plan on ordering a catering service from that French restaurant downtown. All of my friends and relatives will be invited. We'll have a wonderful home party. We can set up a nice outdoor luncheon. It's just going to be so special.
Right.
I'm sure you and Rob will be there, right?
Do you mind if I ask you something, Mother? How much is this all going to cost?
The cost? Well, let's see. My friend who's done a lot of these parties, well, she said her party, which was pretty modest for her tastes, was something like $4,000, give or take. Guess mine will be about that much.
That's a fortune.
What? What do you mean? That's not so bad.
You do realize that if you had $4,000, you could cover your home mortgage for the next 3 or 4 months.
My mortgage? Really?
I don't want to be disrespectful concerning your birthday, but wouldn't it be better if you set aside that money to pay your monthly mortgage payments? It's a little over $1,000 a month, wasn't it? I really think you should get your priorities straight.
What are you talking about, priorities? Why do I even have to worry about that kind of thing? That's not my problem. That's something that you and Rob should be worrying about, not me. I wish you wouldn't rely on me to pay for everything.
We're not relying on you. I'm just pointing out the obvious.
Pointing out the obvious? How disrespectful of you, Liz. I'm your mother-in-law, for God's sake.
Are you serious?
Oh, please, Liz. There is just no use talking to you. I'm going to talk to my son Rob about my birthday. He understands how important it is for me. You just tell me if you can make it or not. Hello? Liz? Are you there? About that birthday party I was talking about yesterday. I was thinking, maybe I should expand it a bit. I need to invite more people. I was thinking of increasing the budget to $5,000.
Pardon me, are you serious?
Yeah, I decided to invite my yoga friends too.
So that's $1,000 more than you had planned.
That's right. You're always going on about the budget, so I figured I should tell you right away. I don't want you getting on my case later on.
Mom, are you really okay with this?
Excuse me?
Your husband is currently working overseas. Is it really a good idea to spend so much money for a birthday party? I mean, it seems a little reckless. Is it really smart for you to spend all that money? It's not as if you're super rich or anything.
How could you speak to me like that? You're really being impertinent. Your husband, my son, would never talk to me like that.
I'm just worried for you, that's all, Mother.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm not some old lady. You should be the one worrying, not me.
Excuse me? Why should I be worrying?
Don't tell me you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I really don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me? Well, under the circumstances, I have no financial worries.
I can't believe you. I knew you would continue to rely on me for money.
Pardon me?
I'm going to go totally bonkers talking to you. My blood just shoots up when I talk to you. You know what? I'm only going to contact you only when absolutely necessary. Just keep that in mind. See you later.
Hey, Rob, are you working? Sorry to contact you. Can we talk?
Hey, Liz. Yeah, no problem.
It's about Mom's birthday party tomorrow.
Yeah, she says she's inviting her neighbors. Said it's going to start at 6 p.m.
Did you hear what the cost for the party will be?
The cost? No, haven't heard anything. Dad's overseas now, so she'll probably do it on a tiny budget.
So she hasn't told you. It seems she's going to order catering service from that French restaurant downtown. It's going to cost something like $5,000.
Oh, wait a sec, what? $5,000? Just for a little birthday party with the neighbors? That can't be right.
It's not just neighbors, it seems. She's inviting all her yoga class members, even the instructor.
Really? But $5,000? That's way too much.
I tried mentioning the mortgage payments, but she just brushed it aside. She actually turned the tables and blamed everything on me.
Oh boy.
I don't want to be a nosy daughter-in-law and want her to have a nice birthday party, but we're not exactly having an easy time. For her to just go off and use money without thinking, I really don't know what to do.
She really should be paying off the mortgage, not having a French catering service for her birthday.
Yeah, but she won't listen to a word I say.
Nothing we can do about it now. The party is tomorrow. Even if she cancels now, they'll probably charge the full amount. The restaurant probably already prepared the food. Wouldn't look good. That's for sure. I'm the youngest in my family. She would never listen to me either. My older brothers have a lot more clout than me. On top of that, despite being the youngest, I was the first to get married. Mom wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess we have no choice. We're just gonna have to let her have her way this time.
We're both going to the party tomorrow, so let's see how things go. See how she acts. What do you say? I'll get Dad a call too.
Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea.
Alright, see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, okay. See you tomorrow.
Liz, are you there? So, you decided to come to the party with Rob.
Right. You asked me to come to the party with Rob, so here I am.
Yes, looks are everything. We have to keep up appearances, you know. People talk. If you and Rob didn't show up, rumors start spreading. You know what I mean.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
But I want you to stay in the kitchen once the party starts. Just stay out of sight.
Excuse me? Why should I do that?
Well, because French cuisine is way too good for you. That's why.
Too good for me?
Think of it as a punishment for being disrespectful to your mother-in-law. The reason why you're such a cheapskate is because you went ahead and got that loan, paying to have $1,000 a month.
Kinda strange hearing that from you, Mother.
Well, nobody will speak up, so I will. I was against you guys buying that condo. Way over your budget.
Excuse me?
You guys don't even make that much. And you take off a loan for $1,000 a month? I warned you about that. But you want to pay off your mortgage and complain about me spending money on my birthday party? I can't believe you, Liz. How could you be so selfish?
Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see the picture. I thought things didn't mesh. We always seem to be talking on different levels.
Anyway, the party is about to start. Get in the kitchen and stay there until everyone has gone home. Don't you dare come out until then. Or, better yet, just say you feel ill and go home. That way I don't have to worry about you peeking in every 5 minutes. Just come back later to clean up. I'll line you later on.
What am I, a maid?
Well, actually, yes. I've told all my neighbors that I'm currently disciplining our daughter-in-law to be a better housewife.
A better housewife, huh?
Stay in the kitchen for another 30 minutes, and then you can head home. I'll line you later.
I really don't know why I have to leave.
To be honest, I don't want my guests seeing a dirty maid wandering around. Just too depressing. It's my birthday after all.
Okay, if that's the way you want it, I'll stop the mortgage payment starting next month. Hope you're okay with that.
Pardon me? What did you just say?
The load payments. I will no longer pay that, just so you know.
What are you talking about? Maybe you need your head examined. It's you who will suffer if you stop the payments.
Rob says he's going home too. Have a nice party. Don't bother texting me later. I have no intention of cleaning up after you. I'm not your maid.
Yeah, whatever. Do what you have to do. Liz, pick up! Come on, Liz, pick up. I know you see this. It's about that monthly $1,000 loan. Is it true? That loan is for this house and not the condo you guys are living in? This is some kind of mistake, right?
Oh, so you heard it from someone.
Yeah, from your aunt and uncle at the party.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize they were there.
I didn't believe it at first. Thought it was some kind of joke. But this month, the bank called and said there was insufficient funds for the loan payment. That's when I realized it was all true.
That's right. I was depositing the $1,000 into you and your husband's account every month.
I see. I had no idea.
You also know why your husband's working overseas, right?
Yes, I heard. It was concerning some project he was working on. Apparently one of his staff members screwed up and the project went belly up. He took responsibility for it and was transferred to a position overseas, alone. He was forced to take a position at a factory up north for 3 years.
That's right. And his pay was slashed drastically. You know that too, right? Your husband came to me. He said he had more than 7 years left on the loan. I was working 2 jobs, so I was financially doing okay, so I agreed to help him out at least until he got back on his feet again.
Then what about that condo you live in? That's more than you can afford. You guys moved in right about the time my husband was transferred overseas. That's why I thought the loan was obviously to pay the mortgage on that condo.
The condo is owned by my uncle.
Huh? Your uncle?
I thought we explained all this to you years ago when we first moved in. My uncle thought we would have a hard time paying $1,000 a month to cover your loan, and so he allowed us to live in this condo free of charge until things worked out.
Live there free of charge?
Don't misunderstand. My uncle's family lives there too. We just have one room to ourselves, and I help with the cooking and cleaning. It's been a real help. We're living on a tight budget, no perks.
I see.
Your husband suggested that we move into that house, but I think we talked about it. You were adamantly against it, as I recall.
Oh, so that was what it was all about.
You were so insistent that whoever lives in that house had to be the eldest son and his family. Not Rob and I. Not the baby of the family. You just wouldn't allow it. I remember you banging on the kitchen table and going into hysterics. You remember that, don't you?
Did I really? Anyway, I had no idea about all of this. How was I supposed to know you guys were paying and all?
Come on. We sat down and explained everything to you. Don't you remember? Everyone was there. Rob and his brothers, your husband. I was there too. We had that family meeting in your living room. We explained everything.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I remember you were sort of just half listening. You really weren't interested in anything we were saying. You would only hear what you wanted to hear, like continuing to live at the house. When the talk switched to possibly helping out by working part-time, you put an end to that conversation pretty quick. You didn't want to hear about Rob and I living with you either. We just couldn't get through to you. In the end, it was Rob and I who had to make the sacrifices. But that last birthday party was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I had no idea. I really didn't.
You just refused to listen. Anyway, we talked to your husband and he gave us permission to stop the monthly payments.
Huh? Really?
If the payments are no longer possible, we're just gonna have to put it up for sale.
Pardon me? The house is going to be sold?
That's right. He really didn't want to lose the house he spent years paying for, but your husband didn't want to burden Rob and I any longer. We're still young, and we hope to someday buy a house too. Your husband decided it was no longer feasible after hearing all the stories about your antics from his sons. As for the $6,000 that I forked out, your husband said he would eventually pay me back.
This is not happening!
I heard your husband is coming back for a short visit. I'm sure he'll sit you down and explain the whole thing. So, I urge you to talk to your husband about the rest. Rob and I have nothing to do with it going forward.
Please, Liz, let's talk!
Sorry, I have no more to say. Goodbye!
But Liz, please, listen!
A few days later, her husband returned for a short visit. The family had a long talk about the current circumstances. First off, they talked about selling the house. Then the problem of the $5,000 spent on the birthday party last month. He also reprimanded her for treating me so harshly, despite my financial support. But what really shocked her was the divorce papers that he thrust on her. She was, of course, taken aback by her sudden predicament, but immediately recovered and demanded that one of her sons take her in and support her. But both her sons had already married, not to U.S. citizens, but foreign. They both moved to their wives' native countries. As for Rob and I, we moved out of our uncle's place into a new home across state lines. We had no intention of revealing our new address to her. My mother-in-law eventually landed a part-time job, but I heard she got caught stealing and was fired immediately. Last I heard, she's living on her meager savings and looking for a new job.